95% of the people you pass on the street every single day are living inside a mental prison they built for themselves, and they have absolutely no idea. The door is unlocked. Let me tell you something that the people in your life are too afraid to say to your face. You are capable of greatness. You are capable of achieving things that would make your current self unrecognizable. But there is a silent thief in the room with you right now, and it is systematically stripping away your potential. It isn't your upbringing, it isn't a lack of money, and it isn't the economy. It is your own mind. Most people think a low IQ is a biological sentence, something you're born with, like eye color or height. They think it means being slow or failing exams. They are dead wrong. A low IQ mindset isn't a genetic trait, it's a series of catastrophic habits. It is the repeated choice to prioritize what feels safe and easy over what actually builds your character and your future. The most terrifying part is that this mindset feels completely normal. It feels like just getting through the day. I'm going to show you the 4 pillars of a low IQ mindset. I can almost guarantee that you are currently struggling with at least 2 of them. Some of you are drowning in all 4. You might not like what follows. It will be uncomfortable, it will be blunt, and it will challenge your ego. But discomfort is the only place where growth has the oxygen to breathe. The first pillar is the plague of instant distraction. We live in an era where your attention is the most valuable currency on the planet, and most of you are giving it away for free to billion-dollar corporations that don't care about your future. Every time you reach for your phone the moment you feel a second of boredom, you aren't just killing time. You are killing your ability to think deeply. This is a hallmark of a low IQ mindset, not an inability to process information, but an utter failure to protect your cognitive resources. Distraction has been rebranded as entertainment, but it functions as destruction. When you choose the endless scroll over the clarity of silence, your brain trades long-term depth for short-term dopamine. Dopamine is a liar. It doesn't care about your career, your relationships, or your legacy. It only cares about the next hit. Slowly, your mind loses the capacity for sustained focus. You become a passenger in your own head. Focus isn't some magical gift bestowed upon the lucky few. It is a muscle. And right now, by succumbing to every notification and every whim of curiosity, you are training that muscle to atrophy. You are practicing the art of being scattered. If you cannot sit in a room alone for 30 minutes with nothing but your own thoughts, you aren't free. You are a slave to the stimulus. How many hours did you spend watching videos about success? How many top 10 habits lists did you read? How many motivational quotes did you save to a folder you'll never open again? This is where the sharpest minds diverge from the stagnant ones. Consuming information feels like progress, but it is often just a sophisticated form of procrastination. Your brain is easily fooled. When you watch a video of someone else building a business or getting in shape, your brain releases a small amount of reward chemicals as if you had done it yourself. You get the win without the work. This is the illusion of competence. Every piece of self-improvement content you consume without immediate application is just entertainment wearing a mask. You are not falling behind because you don't know enough. You are falling behind because you are doing nothing with what you already know. High-functioning minds don't just absorb, they output. They take one idea and turn it into a project, a journal entry, a conversation, or a business plan. If your consumption to creation ratio is skewed toward consumption, you are essentially a professional spectator in the game of life. The third pillar is ego-based thinking, and it is perhaps the most dangerous because it masks itself as confidence. There is a psychological phenomenon known as the Dunning-Kruger effect. It shows that people with the least amount of knowledge in a subject often have the highest levels of confidence in their own mastery. Because they don't know what they don't know, they assume they've reached the summit. This is the "I already know" syndrome. It is the most expensive sentence in the human language. The moment you tell yourself you already know something, your brain shuts down. The truly brilliant minds, the ones that change the world, are never the ones with all the answers. They are the ones who are obsessed with the questions. They treat their own knowledge as a draft that needs constant revision. Ego kills curiosity silently. It keeps you comfortable, certain, and ultimately stuck. If you find yourself constantly trying to prove you're right instead of trying to find out what is true, you are operating with a low IQ mindset. Ignorance is just a starting point, a blank canvas. But arrogance is a dead end. It is a wall that you build around your own potential, and the worst part is that you'll never even realize you're trapped behind it. The fourth and final pillar is the habit of avoiding hard things. Your brain is wired for survival, not for success. Its primary job is to keep you safe, warm, and fed. To your biological brain, hard things look like threats. A difficult conversation looks like a predator. A complex project looks like a dangerous trek into the unknown. Every time you shy away from a challenge, you are sending a signal to your subconscious that you cannot handle the pressure, and your brain believes you. It starts to shrink your world to fit your comfort zone. It is what happens when you spend years choosing the path of least resistance. We live in a world that sells us easy at every turn. Easy food, easy entertainment, easy connections. But easy choices today make for a weak person tomorrow. The strongest minds in history weren't born with an innate ability to handle stress. They were forged in it. They leaned into the friction. They understood that the feeling of being overwhelmed is actually the feeling of your brain expanding its boundaries. When you walk away from the difficult task or the uncomfortable truth, you aren't protecting yourself. You are slowly disappearing. You are choosing to become a smaller, less capable version of who you were meant to be. Take a hard look at these four pillars: distraction, passive consumption, ego, and the avoidance of hardship. They will remain among the 95% who live and die without ever seeing what they were truly capable of. But you have the chance to be the exception. Transformation does not happen in the grand, sweeping gestures. It happens in the smallest, most invisible moments of your day. It happens when you feel the urge to check your phone and you choose to stay in the silence instead. It happens when you stop watching the video and start writing the plan. It happens when you admit, "I don't know, tell me more." It happens when you run toward the very thing that scares you. This is the point where you have to be brutally honest with yourself. Not with your friends, not with your family, but with the person looking back at you in the mirror. How many of these habits have you allowed to live rent-free in your head? Is it the distraction that's eating your time? Is it the ego that's stopping your learning? Is it the fear of the hard path? I want you to go down to the comments right now and drop a single number, 1, 2, 3, or 4. Tell us how many of these habits are currently holding you back. Don't overthink it and don't make excuses. Just put the number down. This is your first act of honesty, your first step toward breaking the cycle. Once you've done that, commit to the path of growth. Subscribe to this channel and join a community of people who are tired of being average. We are done with the low IQ mindset. We are done with the easy path. From this moment forward, we choose the depth, the creation, the curiosity, and the struggle. That is where the sharp mind lives. That is where your new life begins.